What's the difference between assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and assault and battery with a deadly weapon in the state of Oklahoma? I'm Tulsa attorney James Wirth, and that's the question that we have. It's part of a series that we're doing related to the laws in Oklahoma on assault and battery and what makes all these different crimes that are similar different. Okay, so as far as the difference between assault and battery with a dangerous and a deadly weapon, there's three main differences. Okay, for the first difference is it's the weapon purpose versus use. Okay, so any object that is used where it could cause permanent or serious bodily injury or death, then that could be a dangerous weapon. Any object that's used like that can be a dangerous weapon. As far as deadly weapon, no, that has to be the intended purpose of it when it was created. So a gun, a knife, anything like that, that can be a deadly weapon just because that is how it's intended to be used. That was the purpose when it was created, was that it can cause great bodily injury and harm or death. Now, any other object, say, like I said, a bottle, can be used as a dangerous weapon. Not because it's inherently dangerous or it was intended to be dangerous, but because that's how the defendant used it under those circumstances. So, to be a dangerous weapon, it's all about how it's used. To be a deadly weapon, it's all about how the weapon was intended and constructed to be used. So that's the first difference. Second difference is intent. So for deadly weapon, it's a general intent crime, doesn't require anything beyond willfulness to commit the action, whereas it's a higher mens rea requirement for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there was an intent to cause bodily harm. You have to prove that there was an intent to cause bodily harm. So in that regard, it's harder to prove assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Third one is punishment. The punishment varies severely. If we're talking about assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, it goes up to 10 years imprisonment in the state of Oklahoma. If an assault and battery with a deadly weapon and you're convicted, then you can be sentenced anywhere up to life imprisonment in the state of Oklahoma. So those are the three differences between assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and assault and battery with a deadly weapon in the state of Oklahoma. If you're dealing with a scenario where you're looking at how somebody might be charged or you're facing criminal charges, you're going to want to talk to an attorney about that privately, confidentially, to get legal advice that may be helpful to your circumstances. To get that scheduled with an attorney at my office, you can go online to makelawEasy.com.